We love Second Date Update Week, don't we?
It has to be our absolute favorite, especially when we do an extended version. And instead of just doing one full week, we do it one full week plus 3.
Yeah. And, we do this because we get a lot of requests from listeners like, whatever happened to, or you got to follow up with that couple. Well, let's see. This goes back to July. Emily is looking for a second date update with a guy named Andrew. Hi, Emily. How are you?
Hi, good. Thank you. Thank you for taking the call.
Always. Trying to make something happen here. Tell us about Andrew.
Right. So this is what happened. I met him on a Zoom call for work. It was a really big meeting that we had. There was way too many people, and both of us were kind of on the fringe. So we weren't the ones doing most of the talking. We each spoke a couple of times, very briefly, but I noticed him. He definitely caught my eye, and apparently he noticed me too because he tracked me down and emailed me.
Oh, wow.
Now, I don't usually mix business with pleasure, but this was just one little project that my company was doing with his company, so I didn't feel like it counted.
Yeah, no, I guess that's true, right? I mean,
you're meeting him through work as opposed to working like with him for the same company. Yeah.
I was wondering how that worked.
That's how I justify it.
Yeah.
So I was really excited when I got his email. We talked for about a week before we decided to get together. And while we were both all about people wearing masks in public, we both hate wearing them. So that was nice. We both hate wearing the masks. So we decided to meet for dinner at his place.
Was he cooking or did he order in?
We ordered DoorDash. But it was a really nice dinner. And he made us cocktails, which was really nice. I was really nice. It was impressive. His cocktail skills are really impressive. Now, I don't know if we had both just been isolated and lonely for too long for whatever reasons, but the chemistry was off the charts. And I ended up staying the night.
Okay. No judgment.
Yeah, which I normally don't do, but we were having a good time. And aside from the usual first-time occasional awkward moments, it went really well. I thought it went well. He seemed to enjoy himself. And it was a weeknight, so I did leave pretty early the next morning because I had an early Zoom call. But I did get a hug, kiss, and a coffee to go. I never thought for 1 second that I wouldn't hear from him. So that's where I'm lost, and I'm really confused. I'm actually bummed because I'm hoping you can just help me figure this out.
So you left the next morning when you got your coffee to go. Then you did stay the entire night. You didn't creep out of there at 1 or 2 a.m. because you had to work the next morning.
No. I didn't bounce at all. I stayed till that sun came up.
Okay. And, right. Hug and coffee to go. And did he say at any point, "Can't wait to see you again"? Or
I'll call
let's
you.
talk later.
I left in such a hurry, to be honest, because I didn't want to be late for my Zoom call.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long has it been since you last saw him?
Oh, my gosh. It's been about a week.
Oh. I'm sorry we couldn't get to you sooner. At what point did the alarm bell go off for you? Was it like that day or the next day?
Yeah, the next day, because usually, it's nice to have like a follow-up. Hey, I had a really great time last night. I can't wait to see you again. I didn't get any of that.
Regardless of the circumstance, Fritz requires a reply within the hour.
That's true.
You didn't get a Zoom invitation?
Especially if the boom boom happened. I need a quick
Better
reply.
get a little something.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other details we need to know before we take the break?
No, I'm just really confused. I thought we had a great time.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we can find out. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll call Andrew and see what he thought of his night encounter with you. Coming up next, we're Jeff and Jenn, Cincinnati's Q102. All right, Emily met Andrew on a Zoom call. They work for two different companies, but I guess they're in some kind of partnership that required a Zoom meeting, and boy, that must have been some interesting chemistry for that kind of magnetism. Can you imagine your animal magnetism coming through on a Zoom call?
That's something. I mean, he didn't do anything kind of crazy on the Zoom call, like that one guy that went and got the hand lotion. That's a best one yet, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I've seen it. That was pretty impressive.
Pretty classic.
Yeah.
So was he just kind of sitting there? Did he have kind of like that smoldering look on his face? Or what was it that drew you to him as you watched him on the Zoom call?
He was smiling a lot. He had really pretty teeth.
A good smile can do it, yeah.
I was attracted with his smile. I could see behind his house. I mean, we're in our own homes during this time, so his home looked very well kept.
Oh.
He looked neat and clean. That helps.
Yeah, that said something to me, but he just, I don't know. He looked interesting to me.
Well, I love that he tracked you down, sent you an email. You talked for a couple of weeks before. He asked you on a date. Since they're not into, dealing with the mask and everything, they just ate at his place. They got DoorDash, and the chemistry was so smoldering. She spent the night.
Woo woo.
Is this our first,
COVID coitus?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think we had another one.
Stayed the night, left the next morning with a hug and a coffee to go. It's been a week, and nothing since.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, you ready to call Andrew?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Ready is she gonna be?
Hello.
Hello. Is this Andrew?
This is Andrew. Who's this?
That was an emphatic and
Enthusiastic.
hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a happy person.
We're glad to hear that.
We've heard that about you, actually.
Oh, really?
We have. It's Jeff and Jenn at Q102. How you doing this morning, Andrew?
Oh, wait, you're the
We're the
second date update people.
Yes.
We're those people.
We do the dating thing, or as other
So
people
that-
call it. You do the dating thing?
Yeah.
So that's what this is. Okay.
This is the second date update, my friend. How are you?
I've got a big smile on my face, and here's the deal. Emily was pretty great. We had a wonderful time, really connected over Zoom, which is, it's such a slugfest, and trying to get through work and being present on through the computer. It's so hard, but there was a real connection between the two of us, and got her email and her contact through some work connections, and invited her over for dinner. We had this great time. She stayed over, which was an interesting and wonderful development. But the problem is I think she hates my dog.
What?
What made you think that?
I'm really protective of my dog. He is essentially my child, and she just wasn't really that friendly with him. And she was fine. She wasn't an over-top dog lover like I am. But for some reason, just because of her personality and how well we were connecting, I kind of had this expectation or maybe even a hope that she was going to be this over-the-top dog lover like I am. She petted him. He's a bulldog, and he's just got one of those,
Oh, my God, one of those so ugly he's cute faces?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so squishy. Oh, my God. Squishy and drooly and so gross, but so great.
But I know what you're talking about. I recently had somebody over at my house that is not like a dog. It's like she tolerated the dog.
Yeah, that's exactly what it seemed like. There was no playfulness, and she actually yelled at him at one point, and that was like super not cool.
Over what?
I have no idea. It was like it was during a...
Emily, did you yell at the dog? Why did you yell at the dog?
I didn't yell at him. I really need to clear that up very quickly.
You what now?
I did not yell at him.
You did not yell at the dog?
No. I was startled when we were in the middle of things. He climbed up his little ramp onto the bed and was licking my butt.
Yeah, ramp.
Oh,
I told him to get off the bed. talk about unexpected and unwelcomed at a very crucial moment.
Oh, I did not realize that at all.
You thought she was just yelling at him because he was on the bed?
Yeah, like Ralph clearly did not ask for consent. I mean, he usually just like gets up on the bed and lays down and...
Has he ever tried to lick your butt, Andrew?
I mean, I don't think so. No. Wow.
That had to be startling.
Yeah, I am so sorry about that. I mean, he must have liked you. I mean, like, that's a takeaway. And I actually wish you would have told me at the time, even though I'm not really sure how you would have done that because it's such a strange thing.
Was there any discussion about it at all at the time?
No, it just seemed like she just like suddenly became this like angry person. And it was like really like kind of disconnecting of the intimacy that we were.
Huh.
Wow. That's funny.
All right. Well, I don't know where to go from here.
I know. Is that like a... Is that...
Look, I will, you know, if there's a next time, and I really hope there is, I'm like kind of relieved that this is coming to the surface here. Like, I will take away the ramp. There can be no ramp. He will be on the floor. He can be out of the room. That, like, these are things that I would be more than happy to do.
Yeah, it sounded to me when we called you, this had been on your mind. You know, once you got over the initial, holy crap, it's Jeff and Jenn calling with the second date update, you kind of jumped right into it like you knew who this was about and you were looking for an opportunity to talk about it with someone. And I'm just glad we did call because I'm not sure that you ever would have had this conversation with Emily had we not, since a week had gone by.
No, probably not, because not loving my dog is a deal breaker for sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you feel about the dog, Emily? I mean, there's still it wasn't just the yelling part, you know, that he kind of felt like you weren't much of a dog enthusiast.
You weren't as affectionate as you felt you needed to be to prove your love.
Right. Okay. I love dogs. Let me just really clear that up. I love dogs very much. They're the salt of the earth. But I'm not a person who treats them like humans. I treat them like their dogs.
Yeah.
So
there's a separation there.
Yeah, I get that. It's you know, different strokes for different folks.
But can you live with that in a relationship,
right.
Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to, like Ralph, as I said.
You think Ralph's going to win her over?
Oh, yeah. Like, as long as, like, butt licking is off the table, this is going to be, I have no concerns about that.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jenn Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CVG Airport. Fly healthy through CVG. For more information, go to CVG Airport /fly healthy.